Hey everybody, how's it going? It's great to hang out with you. This is going to be fun. Video creators reached 250,000 YouTube subscribers today, which is awesome. I got two of my friends down here with me, and I'm gonna let you guys pop in and join me as well. But before we get into that, I just want to give a huge thank you to you guys. I was just telling them that I'm so busy with family stuff. You know, a lot of you guys know I have 6 kids. My oldest just turned 7. And so between that and the business and just everything like going on in life, I was like, my subscriber count isn't really one of those things I track that closely. And then today I was like, you know what? It's this afternoon, actually. I was like, I think I'm supposed to pass 250,000 pretty soon. And I went and checked. I was like, oh, I just passed it today. So fortunately, I have this evening to hang out with you guys. It's going to be awesome. I want to do a lot of Q&A with you. Help you guys out with things that we can on your channel. I'm going to invite all of you guys, not all of you, but only, well, there's me, I'm going to let Jay and Michael introduce themselves, but so there's 10 spots total. So right now there's 7 seats open. I'm going to tell you guys how to get in here, and then we can talk and interact. And then also in the chat is Heidi. Her channel is Scandinavian Today. Maybe you see her typing, and she's going to be taking questions from you guys in the chat and adding those to a document so that I can make sure that I try to hit as many of your questions as possible. And we'll let people in the call help me answer and give their perspectives as well. So are you ready for that, Michael and Jay? You guys ready to answer questions?
Sure, I am ready.
Sweet. So Michael and Jay are here because they're patrons of the video creators. They're part of what enables all of this to happen in the first place. And so I sent a message out to all the patrons of video creators, just giving them first access to join in this call beforehand. So that's why they're here. Why they're here. I'm really grateful for Michael and Jay and all the patrons who are supporting video creators and making this happen. And for you guys for being a subscriber. I have something I want to offer to you guys, and I don't want this to come off the wrong way, because they're t-shirts. And I got like a box of them here, and they've been down in my basement for about a year, because I used to sell these on my website and they went fine, but all the order fulfillment was becoming like a lot to keep up with. So today I was like, you know what? I got a whole box of them here. For anybody who wants one, there's a link in the description or an interactive card, and you can pick one up. And this is just for this hangout only, just for this live stream. I don't make these available anywhere else. So I don't want it to come off like I'm trying to sell you something. I just kind of want to get rid of these, but also give them to people who I know are like excited to hang out and celebrate this with me. But I would have to take money from feeding my kids in order to do that. So that's the deal. So if you want one, link these down below, and I'll be happy to send those out. It'd be great to have you guys represent the community around where you go, and also kind of show people that you're a video creator. So cool. Well, I'm gonna put the link down there for you guys to join. But first of all, Michael and Jay, why don't you guys just introduce yourself? Michael, you go first, and tell us a little bit about your channel, where they can find you, and what you do there.
So I run Brain Candy TV. Oh, I think my cover's not that.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I do educational videos for kids, mostly preschool kids, like ABCs, numbers, that sort of thing. And so I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and I just went full-time on YouTube a year ago. So yeah, it's pretty exciting times, and I've been following Tim and his work for since the beginning. So it's kind of exciting to get to talk to him and join you guys here.
Yeah, and you're in Video Lab, so we'll get to spend the next 10 weeks together too. Awesome. And Jay, tell us about your channel.
Hi, I'm Jay Parks. My channel's called FT Productions. We do comic books and other geeky things. Usually it's something more educational, but we try to make it fun, philosophy and that sort of thing. It's cool. FT Productions.
So I can go check those out. I don't have the links down there because I wasn't sure who was showing up, but search for them. You guys can find them. Now, I want to let some of you guys join here also, and then collectively together we'll be answering questions from the chat. So you guys will be giving feedback to your peers, to other creators, all of us together. So this is how you join. Before I tell you though, a couple stipulations just up front so you don't get mad at me, later. I'm telling you this up front so you know it's not personal. One is that you do need a working webcam and a working microphone. And so double check to make sure that both of those are working. If one of those is not working, like we can't hear you or we can't see you, or there's just like a lot of noise in the background or something's going on, it's too distracting or something, then I will just remove you from the group and you can join in here too. Oh, here we got someone else join us. So, hey, Julio, he's also a patron. And as you can hear, there will be an echo if you don't put headphones on. You can join in here too. Julio. So I'm gonna mute him. But I have a system. But you guys put on headphones or something so we don't get the echo. The second thing is to just keep yourself muted unless you're talking. You have something to say, totally just unmute yourself. There's a little mute button at the top of the screen in here. And then when you talk, just unmute. So that'll hopefully keep the echoes and things down. So Julio, I know you're a patron also. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself as well before I open this up to everybody.
Hey, hello. Can you hear me, Tim?
Yeah, I hear you.
Oh, great. Well, hello there. My name is Julio Diaz. I got a channel named Melómano Viajero. It's a Spanish-speaking name. A Spanish-speaking channel for people who really love concerts and music festivals. I do reviews on them, and I'm trying to get more of that channel out. I just read your 30 Days to a Better YouTube channel. I just finished it, and it's been amazing. I'm implementing a lot of things there thanks to that book.
Awesome. It's good, man. Glad to hear that. So, and thank you, all three of you, for being patrons. I really do. I mean, hopefully you see that enough from everything I post on Patreon, just how much I really do appreciate you and all the cool things I have coming up for you guys this year. One of the things I'm really excited about is a patron-only forum. I had the forum created. Actually, Jay's been helping me with this. Jay, I didn't tell you. Oh no, I did tell you. I got the forum created. All I got to do is get the integration between Patreon and the forum working well, so that it only lets patrons in. That's going to be awesome, so that because we do our live hangouts once a month where we all get into a live video call and help each other answer questions and work on our channels and stuff. And I love that, but I want that to continue throughout the month too, so that by the time we hop into those calls, we all kind of like know each other better and questions and stuff. So I'm looking forward to implementing that. That's coming up here pretty soon. So be awesome. All right, guys. So here's how you join. Make sure you have a working webcam. Some of you guys, I see you're joining just now. So if you have a working webcam and a working microphone, what you're going to do is just refresh this video right now. And in the description of this video, you will see a link at the very top. Just click that link. It'll bring you right into here. And make sure you have a working webcam, working microphone. Here come people. And we'll hang out and answer questions. So it'll be fun. And also hear a little bit about your channel and what you're doing on YouTube as well. So let me just mute some of the people that are coming in here. So hi, Yavin. How do you say your name? Are you there? All right, well, let's go to Trip. Trip, how are you doing, man?
Good, Tim. Good to see you, buddy. Happy to be here.
Oh, thank you. Good to have you. Tell us a little bit about your channel.
My channel is called Sailing and Such. Great.
Okay, cool. And it's what do you do on your channel, Sailing and Such?
The Sailing and Such, I do kayak camping videos and kind of just fun, crazy stuff. I try to make everything fun and entertaining and educational all at the same time. I'm always trimming the fat. I think that is one of the key things that people need to stick to, but that's what I do, and it's working. And I've kind of carved out kind of the big fish in my little pond of kayak camping, so it's all fun stuff.
Okay, cool. I see you comment a lot, right? I'm pretty sure I reply to your comments pretty frequently. Yeah, that's awesome.
You do. Thank you very much, Tim. That means a lot, and that's something else I try to respond to every single comment that I get. And while I'm still smallish, I have like 23,000 subscribers. I still try to respond to every comment and try to build that community like you talk about.
Yeah, I usually set like a window. I'm like, all right, I got an hour. Boom, I'm going to crank out as many replies as I can in an hour. And then at the end of the hour, it's like, I'm sorry. I want to keep going, but I have other things I need to do as well. So
yeah, I understand that you get a lot more comments than I do. So hey, I understand stopping after an hour.
Yeah, between video creators and my family's channel combined, it's over 1,000 comments a day. So
Ooh, yeah, that
that's
can
a
be
lot.
overwhelming.
I can do just for math, it's about 300 an hour is what it comes out to for me.
Not bad.
Yeah, so I get about 300, and I'm like, okay, got to move on.
Ooh, yeah, that can be overwhelming.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool. Let's see here. Let me mute some of you guys who are coming in. Also, just remember to mute yourself when you have something to say. Feel free to unmute yourself. And we'll go that way. So let's see here. I'm going to start at the top of the list. Ellie the Psycho, are you here? Hey. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your channel, what you do on YouTube.
This is a crazy cool opportunity. I'm mostly just a gaming channel. I have I do gaming and such, and I do rants, I do discussions and all that. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Let's go to Renton Huggins. Is that how you say it? I feel like I'm on a radio show right now. That's next caller is Renton.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. How are you, man?
Good. I have a question.
Okay, well, tell us about your channel first, then we'll get to questions. I want to introduce everyone first.
I kind of do like vlogs about YouTube tips. I kind of like watch some of your videos and like, well, I like do that. I kind of did gaming before on Bandicam, but I didn't really like using it because people said it people think that if you have a Bandicam watermark, it kind of look crap, like makes you look crappy, and I just kind of stopped using Bandicam, so now I just do vlogs about like YouTube tips and stuff.
Okay, cool. Well, it's good to have you, man. What was the name of the channel again, so people can check it out?
Pardon?
What was the name of your channel again, so people can go check it out?
Renton Huggins.
Renton Huggins. All right, cool. Bigfoot porn. Which should I ask what your channel's about or no? Are you here? There he is at the end. Bigfoot, you here?
There's no such thing as Bigfoot, so it's probably not anything bad on this channel.
Yeah, or it's a really creepy fetish, one or the other. Is he here? Maybe he's not hearing me. All right, let's go. I heart to travel.
Oh yeah, that's me. Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. Okay, great. Yeah, my name's James. Actually, my channel is Fun Foods YT, which I make fun and interesting foods. A lot of food videos, pretty much, and that's pretty much what I do.
Sweet.
Actually, I met you at VidCon.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're with the. Why can't I think of their names? Friends of mine. Yeah.
You look familiar, but I'm like, maybe I watched their channel before. You know, I kind of.
Yeah. So that's it. But yeah, that's me.
Cool. It's good to see you again.
Okay. Well, congratulations on 250,000.
Oh, thank you.
No problem.
Bigfoot, is it working now for you? Hello, Bigfoot.
Hey, I'm here.
Hey, tell us about your channel.
Well, it's a little bit of everything. I've got kind of a comedy channel going on. Pardon me?
Nope, you're good. Yeah, I just want to hear what your channel's about.
Okay, I got a little bit of comedy going on. I've got one channel that I'm doing disability training on. I've got another channel that I got a lot of channels. I got another channel that I'm doing magical book reviews on. And lastly, I've got a channel I'm calling the Old Fart Knockers Gaming Channel, and it's going to be older folks learning how to play video games.
Okay. That sounds like me now. I'm like one of those guys. My wife and I the other day were texting each other, and they keep adding all these new features to texting. I'm like, why do I need to turn my phone sideways and write with my finger? I'm like, what's going on? I felt like an old person. Cool, man. It's good to have you.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Yavin, did I say that correctly?
Yavin?
Yeah, Yavin. Tell us about your channel.
Am I? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. It's Elaine.
Oh, Elaine. Sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, tell us about your channel.
I was actually, I think I was one of your first live streams. I was like when you I was part of it. I was Cedric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm Cedric. I have two names. I did magic. I have a. I used to do a. Oh, I used to have a magic channel. The thing is, I couldn't continue because I had lost the access to editing software, which was sad. So I still have my channel, but I don't have access to editing software. But I still love your channel. I still watch it. It's just sad I can't continue.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks, man. Only female who made it in, but congratulations. I wish the balance was not all middle-aged white guys, but thanks for being here.
I don't mind. Hopefully you could hear me.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, tell us about your channel.
Okay, so a little bit like starstruck and nervous, so bear with me. Congrats. I watch you all the time. So my channel is La Mystique Sketchbook, and I came in my bedroom so that no one can hear the craziness going on in my house. I draw. And that's pretty much it. So I like to teach people how to draw. And actually, I have to say, I think it was the last video you did, where you talked about making your videos sticky. And it really kind of inspired me. So I'm going to be doing this drawing thing where I'm going to make a video where I'm doing like this whole great big art project, but I'm teaching one piece at a time for 4 days. And then that last video is going to be using everything I just taught them. So amazing.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I'm glad to hear that. That sounds exciting.
Sketchbook. Sorry, I forgot to say it.
No, yeah. What is it again? Say a little louder so everyone can check it out.
Sketchbook. Like I said, I'm fangirling a little bit, so sorry.
Yeah, say it one more time. I didn't hear it. I missed it.
La Mystique's Sketchbook.
Can you spell that?
Yes. LAMYSTIQUE. La Mystique.
There you go. I probably would not have figured that out.
I'm fangirling, so forgive me.
Cool. No, cool. Thanks for being here. So let's jump into you guys ready to help me answer some questions from the audience? Let's dig into this. And for you guys who are watching, you're like, how do I get in? How do I get in? Well, it's open. There's only 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, there's 10 of us here right now. That's just the maximum that Google Hangouts permits. So once you see one of these people drop out, then there'll be a spot open. So first person coming in here gets it. So thank you, Heidi, for grabbing all the questions. Scandinavian Today is in there. And I see Derek, Common Man Cocktails also. You have access to the Google Doc, Heidi does. So if you guys both see questions that you should address, drop them in there. Okay. So let's do this one. Start with an easy one. Wow. Jeez, guys. Well, let's do this one. Sweetie Surprise Party asks, Heidi, can you please list the 2 guys who introduced channel names? I think that's you, Jay, and Michael. So you guys want to introduce your channels once more? She might have missed them because she came in late. Just real quickly, tell us what your channel names are. Jay, go first. Said 1 minute. Okay, Michael, you go first.
Okay. Yeah, I do Brain Candy TV, and it's educational videos for kids.
And Jay, what was yours? He's muted. Oh, his volume's turned all the way down. There you go. Now try it. Oh, still don't hear you. Okay, well, oh, there it goes. Oh, then it went away. He's going to have to do miming sign language stuff like this. You know how like the baseball, like the manager in the dugout's just like doing like signs like that? That's what Jay's going to have to do.
Is it on now?
There it is, yes.
All right. FT Productions, and we do comic book and science fiction stuff, usually with like an educational twist.
Cool. Awesome. David Sunshow joined. Let's see your webcam, man. Thanks for hanging out with us. First question we're going to jump into, guys, from Experimental Fun asked, if I only use one other social media platform to go along with my channel, what should it be? Just raise your hand if you got something you want to say. Julio, go ahead.
Well, the best one that I found so far would be Facebook. Have a Facebook group or a Facebook fan page.
Okay, why is that?
because the reach over there on that platform, it's greater than any other combined because of the user database. So if you go with Twitter, Instagram, or Google Plus, you would not have the same reach as if you went with a Facebook page. Most of the people have Facebook.
Cool. And how do you use Facebook with your stuff? Is that a part of your strategy?
Well, so far, yes. I got a Facebook fan page, which I updated with music news and different things. And just recently, I opened up a community. And as a matter of fact, I asked you on your patrons page. You answered very quickly. And based on that, I am starting to grow my community. I don't know if it's more people, or I mean, many or few people, but it's around 80 people right now.
Awesome. That's great. Yeah, 80 people. That's if you had to stay in front of a room of 80 people, that would be a lot.
Yeah, I know.
Well, someone else. Who was it? Was it? Oh, go ahead, Danielle.
I have a question first. Before I answer, is what kind of content do you make? Because if you make something that is creative that people are going to want to, like myself, people go into Pinterest for inspiration. So if it sounds like, just based upon the name, you make creative things. So I would probably say maybe Pinterest might be your way to go.
These pillows behind me, like this one right here.
Yes.
Pinterest. But not for me, because I don't really use it. My wife suggested like Pinterest, and so I found them on Etsy.
Well, I asked, and so yay. But I mean, seriously, if you make creative things that people are going to be inspired by, or you make tutorials on, let's say, how to draw, then maybe Pinterest might be not just your only platform, but maybe your primary platform.
Okay, cool. Anyone else have one to suggest? Go ahead, Jay. Okay,
Well,
then we'll
I
come to
would
you.
suggest. Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Jay. Sorry, Jay.
I would suggest that you either, there are several services that will allow you to manage all of those profiles from one place, or in the very least, you can connect your Twitter to your Facebook so that everything you post to Facebook is automatically sent out as a tweet.
Yeah, you can totally do that. Cool. Go ahead, Trip.
I would say ask your audience. Where does your audience hang out? Because whenever you interact on social media platforms, you're trying to create the community. You're trying to create that interaction. So wherever your audience wants to hang out, wherever most of them are hanging out already, that's where you need to be, whether that be Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever. Go to where your audience is. And really and truly, you have to go to all of them, because sometimes your audience is everywhere.
Yep. I try to focus, Instagram, video creators and Instagram is not really a thing I do that much. I did it today because hold on, bringing it up for you guys to prove that I actually did it for some reason, I guess. But I did it today because of the video creators thing with passing 250,000, whatever. So I did this one today. Not that you can see that, but yeah, but I don't focus much on Instagram. I don't focus much on LinkedIn. I don't do much on Pinterest. My primary ones are Twitter and Facebook. Oh, and YouTube, of course, but those are probably my main ones. Cool. Let's do another one. Jet2 asks, how do I attract subscribers? I have great music and content. So raise your hand. Who has some feedback for Jet2 about attracting subscribers? Go ahead, Trip.
All right, you need to hang out where your potential audience hangs out. Where are they at on the internet? Are they in forums? Are they in Facebook pages or Facebook groups? Just find out where your audience is, because you have to go get them. They're not just always going to come to you unless you get lucky, or unless you just have incredible SEO in a small niche. So you have to find out where they are and go get them, hunt them down.
Cool. Go ahead, Danielle.
I was thinking, which is why you saw my weird faces I was making. So if you make really good music, then maybe possibly looking to collab with someone that maybe needs music. Okay, going to Fangirl again. Tim actually made a video about the legal side of YouTube and using music that might actually be copyrighted. So you are amazing because you have the great content that you've already said. So maybe checking out some, I'm going to use Facebook, some Facebook groups that maybe do collabs. Start commenting on people's videos that they have music there, but maybe they're using stuff inside of the audio library from YouTube, like myself. They're always looking for make awesome music for their videos that will be royalty free, that you guys can collab on, and they can leave a link in the description.
Cool. Any other suggestions for Jet 2? Okay. So kind of going along that same lines, Firecraft asked, how do you guys create community on your channel? How do you go about doing that? Go ahead, Trip.
All right, you've got to interact with your comments, interact with your users that interact with you. You know, invite them somewhere where you want to start a community, whether that be Facebook. That's probably where I have my best community, where we interact the most. But, you know, you have to tell them, hey, you know, not really say I want to start a community, but say, hey, I want to interact with you. You know, respond to every email, respond to every comment, respond to every comment and message on Facebook. You just have to get in there and start your community. Once you start it and people start seeing in the comments, or people start seeing on your Facebook page where you interact with each and every person, then they say, okay, this guy's doing something, you know, he's going to talk to me, you know, and sometimes these people feel amazing whenever you talk to them, and that makes just such a great community. And you know, maybe even, you know, give a little shout out or something to some certain special people who did something unique or something, you know, and, you know, make the people feel involved. You have to make diehard fans to create that community. Yep.
Replying to comments definitely makes a big difference. What else do you guys think? Go ahead. Ellie.
As he said, replying to comments really does help, and actually giving special mentions to people that you feel deserve it, like close friends that have channels as well, really does help, because then they can spread the word about you. And it's basically all just about help. You can create a community basically just by being active with the viewers and asking for feedback, asking them what stuff you want, then what they want you to make. Like, say for gaming channels, if you ask them what kind of game you should play, sometimes they'll respond. If you play that game, that just builds your audience, and that builds up the community.
Yeah.
Never try to self-advertise. Just try to be connected with the viewers you already have. That's my personal take on it.
Cool. Jay, are you trying to say something? No? Okay. I'll jump in on this one, and then we'll move on to another one. I think that there's a difference between audience and community. And I think a lot of people use the two terms interchangeably, but I think there's a pretty subtle yet distinct difference between the two. An audience is when one person's on stage and everyone is facing that person, which, you know, is basically what a YouTube channel is by default. But a community is when the person on stage can get the people in the audience to, rather than just being focused on the person on stage, instead the people turn and start becoming focused on each other as well. And so the leader becomes more a facilitator of community, rather than just like a one-man act that's happening and dancing, and then once the monkey stops dancing, everybody leaves, right? So that's why I say at the end of my videos, I encourage, if you guys have seen a few, I always encourage people to go read the comments, because and I see the comments from you guys are saying, like, I love the community here. People interact, they're talking, they're sharing advice. I get so much from the comments. And that's because I feel like part of it is like I'm intentionally trying to get you guys to interact with each other by encouraging you to read the comments, interact, get other good ideas, because I might have like one idea, maybe one good idea I'll share in the video, but I know from the thousands of people that are going to watch the video, there's going to be other ideas that are probably better than mine, and you're going to share them, and they might go missed unless I try to tell people to go interact. So that's kind of how I think about it. That's also why I'm doing this right here. Like, I could just be in here all by myself, be like, hey, everyone should talk to me. But instead, I want to be like, no, let's bring other people in, and I want to facilitate you guys interacting with each other, right? So I feel like that vibe is more community oriented than just an audience type of vibe. And the other thing I'll throw into the bucket about community is that communities revolve best around shared beliefs. So a lot of people think that if it's just something that you have in common, like maybe you're both interested in gaming or fishing or cooking or traveling or whatever, and that's fine. Like you could have a conversation, but when they revolve around beliefs, like Republican versus Democrat, or Mac versus PC, you know, or something like that. And there's some sort of adversary, like each of those have like a belief behind them, and that makes the community much stronger because there's like a mission or something they're revolving around. So I could preach about this for a while, but you get the idea. So I would, for your channel, state what you believe and why, you know, to tell the mission of your channel, what you're doing this, like what your goal is for this, and a belief that you strongly hold. And then 2, get your people not to just focus on you, but to start interacting with each other and getting value from each other as well, which is part of like why Patreon is like, so it's like my favorite thing, because not only is it a group of people who actually support video creators and make this possible, but it's a group of people that I can serve, but then also like we get into video calls and we're having a forum coming up for them. And it's like, I can do better at connecting people together that way. So, okay. Make a short story long for you. Sorry about that, but I get excited about that one. Okay. So Renton, you're here in the call. You had a question. What's your question?
Hello?
Renton, you still there? Yep. There you go.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. My question was, is sub for sub good? Because when I first started out, I kind of used sub for sub because people said like it's this thing to get subs on YouTube. So I tried it out, and now people make fun of me because they know. Is it really that bad? Like,
yes,
fun of someone?
it can be.
Go ahead, LAX. What do you think? Why?
So I did do the same thing before. I did start doing that because I was dedicated to my channel, but at times, after a while, people eventually told me that's not good, because usually people just do sub for sub to get subscribers for themselves. Like, it's kind of a selfish thing. I know that sounds weird, but you're not gaining active subscribers. They're probably just going to sub for a little while and then leave. That's my side of it anyway.
Okay. Anyone else? Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah, that's my biggest problem with sub for sub. Isn't that it's bad. It's just that it's not good. It's a lot of wasted effort for people that aren't interested in your content.
Yeah, Danielle.
So sub for sub, I'm kind of dealing with the same thing at the moment. I'm part of this little collab group, and a lot of them do this this stuff that isn't really focused on what I do. So I'm not really adding a lot of value necessarily to what they're doing, and they're not really that interesting to me. Yet they subscribed. So sub for sub really is not working. So I wouldn't do it. Yeah.
People in chat are saying, yes, it's that bad too. Red Rocket TV says, yes, it's bad. Bad. Popeye channel says sub for sub is bad. Ghost Ninja, a lot of people here. So I think it's pointless, because let's say it worked amazingly. Let's say every time you mentioned sub for sub, you got, let's just say you would get 100 new subscribers. Let's just make it awesome or something. At the end of the day, like so what? So you got 100 subscribers, but the only reason they subscribe to you isn't to watch your videos. They only subscribe to you so that you would subscribe back to them. So you could artificially inflate like a really high sub count, but not really get a community of people who even care about your videos or are even going to watch them when they come through their feed. So theoretically, you would end up with like 20,000 subscribers averaging 10 views per video. Like, is that what you want? Like, it's still not really helpful, you know? So the goal is to make content that's so good people would subscribe to just because they want your videos. And I'm not saying you're not doing that. I'm just saying it's like, you know, sub for sub. If you have time to invest in the sub for sub, I would instead use that time and dig into my analytics, investigate my watch time metrics, and look at my audience retention scores, and figure out where my best traffic sources are and where I'm getting the highest average view duration from which source, and how can I capitalize more on that source, and things like that, and do more networking, not with the purpose of, that's what sub for sub is. Sub is, how do I extract value from you so that I can get value from myself? Instead, just switch it around. How do I give value so that, like, I'm actually serving you so well that you're like, who is this guy? You know, and that'll go far better for you in life in every way. But yeah, sub for sub, I would say, is probably not a best investment of your time. It'll get you to maybe like 100, maybe, but after that, it's like, they're kind of pointless subs. IMO. It seems like the chat agrees. Anyone else in the call here had a question that they wanted to run by the audience? Okay, go ahead. And Michael did too. Okay, go ahead, Ellie. You go first.
Asking a question, or
yeah, do you have a question you would ask?
Yeah, I was wondering about some, because it has to do with my channel. Basically, it's just some little that I'm not sure about. If there's any advice maybe you can give me on it. It's the fact that I had changed my channel name from Unknown Conduit to LA Psycho. However, people have to search Unknown Conduit in order to find my channel. Is there any way to maybe fix that? Or, because I've been trying to figure it out and I can't get any answers anywhere.
Cool. What do you guys think? Julio's going, not me. I'm out. Danielle, go ahead. Is that like a, I think, maybe type of hand raise?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an I think, maybe, probably not. At least for the moment, until you get people out there kind of already understanding your new name, why not hashtag it? I don't know. I really don't know. Put in your tags, put in your description, put it in your thumbnails, your titles, your hashtags everywhere. I don't know. I tried.
Yeah. Yeah. What was the main problem again, Ellie? I was reading comments. Sorry. I was reading the chat.
All good. It's me changing my channel name from Unknown Conduit to Ellie the Psycho. I kind of wanted to make it to where the search results, if someone searched Ellie Psycho, my channel would come up instead of having to search Unknown Conduit in order for it to come up.
Oh, so you're wondering why?
I'm wondering if there's any way to fix that.
Oh, go ahead, Jay.
Are you using both titles in your tags?
Yes.
Well, that's like the tag, the description, you know, maybe even
Not
at the end
in
of the
the
title.
description.
Yeah, you should use it in the description too. Anywhere that you think that YouTube may go for information when someone searches.
Okay, that could work. Yeah. Thanks.
I think too, like, so I get this sometimes. People are like, how come I can't find the channel name? It's not showing up. One is like, it just might not be a searched enough query that Google has enough information about it, you know? So it's like, and if it's not, then it's probably missing a bunch of traffic. But as your channel grows, you'll gain more authority in that area. And then you for sure will start popping up for that, right? So like, for example, Markiplier. If someone searched for Markiplier, like when he first started his channel, no one would have found it. It would have been like this weird name and it'd been like further down. But because he's established his channel, it's grown, now it's the first result, you know? So you need to create some channel authority, and that'll just come with time as your channel grows. Cool. Michael, let's set up your question in a second. Let's go back to the chat. Corbin Connection, sorry you asked this a little bit ago. I'm getting to it now. Corbin asked, should a small channel sell merchandise? Raising his hand. There you go. Okay, Trip.
Well, yes and no. I mean, you know, I sell merchandise for my channel. Probably I can owe that mostly to Tim for suggesting that, and I got it off the ground, and it's been incredible. But should you sell merchandise on a small channel? I mean, yes. I mean, if you have fans that are devoted and that want to show that they're a devoted fan, or they just want to support you in some way, absolutely. You know, I mean, you know, if you're able to sell merchandise to your fans, sell it. I mean, if not, you may be putting it out there. Maybe kind of you might push people away if you have just kind of a random channel without hardcore community because community is so powerful. So, you know, if you have that community, yeah, it should be fine. If you don't have a community, be very careful how you do it. You don't want to push people away. You don't want to scare people away. I think you're just trying to sell something to them without providing them value. If you're providing them value in your video, you know, give them something so that they feel that they should give to you in return. Not give to you, but support you in return.
Yeah. Okay. Anyone else got something, an opinion on that? Hey, go ahead, LAX.
No, not on that specific thing, but
Oh, okay.
just to summarize it, I guess that it would probably, it's just based on the audience. If they are active, and you might want to ask them before you do it though, because you don't want to waste time on something that costs a lot of money for no reason. But
Yeah.
it's just based on the audience.
Yeah, I mean, small is relative. That could be 100. That could be, you know, some people at 20,000 consider themselves small too. So it's all relative. But I was selling merch on. Oh, that's the other thing I would say. So merch is like if you just mean merchandise. If you mean like stuff like this, like T-shirts and stuff, probably not. I'm like, like I said, like these are available for you guys here today, but I don't even make them available on my website or anything. There's just like a link for you guys down in the description if you want those. But the reason I don't recommend like T-shirts and swag and iPhone cases and things like that is because it's not typically connected directly to the value of why someone subscribes to you and watches you. So I was selling stuff on Video Creators from the very beginning, but it was like I knew what value I wanted to bring. And so I sell products that connect directly into that value. Like the reason why you guys subscribe, you know, let's say for comparison, I provide like 1x of that on my channel and my podcasts and free content. And then I'll take like 10x of that same value and then I'll sell it, right? For like $30 and 30 days to a better YouTube channel. And then I'll take it even more and I'll do like 100x and sell it in like Video Labs or something like that, you know? So it's the same value, but if I sold T-shirts, it doesn't really connect to the value of what people really want from me. So I started selling 30 days to a better YouTube channel very quickly on Video Creators. And that ebook was like my main source of income actually, because I didn't have I transitioned out of my prior job doing audience development full-time for a company on YouTube, and then switching over to Video Creators. So yes, sell stuff, but don't just make it like swag. Make it something meaningful that ties into the reason of why people subscribe and watch you in the first place. Cool. All right, Michael, let's go to your question.
Sorry, I closed my window by mistake there.
Oh, here you go.
I'm muting. Yeah, I've been really struggling to get people to sign up for my newsletter. I don't know if there's any like specific tricks for that. It's difficult for me because my main audience is like toddlers, but I'm trying to reach the parents, and you know, I'm saying, you know, either get instant notifications of new videos for their kids, and also I was going to offer discounts on my online store. I sell the videos as well, and I sell a little bit there. But it's just, I've had, you know, hundreds of thousands of views on my videos that have this, you know, in the end, you know, advertised in the newsletter, but I haven't had one single subscriber to it. So I don't know if anybody has any tricks for that.
Yeah, this is a fun question. Go ahead, Danielle, and then Jay.
All right, so you're the one that does the homeschool. You like target homeschooling for kids and education for kids, right? So why not?
Yeah.
Why not hook them with worksheets and target your homeschoolers, the people who homeschool, because that's going to be a huge market for you. So hold on.
Yeah, the trick is when your audience, the people watching the videos are kids, how do you get the parents onto the email list? Right, because you legally can't collect information from anyone under 13 years of age on YouTube. So, so how do you do that? I have a couple ideas for you, but Jay, you had something?
Yeah, I mean, you can put like on the sign up form, you can ask for age, but I was wondering if you're asking at the beginning of the video or the end of the video. Because
it is mostly at the end, and also on social media, and even connecting directly to the parents who bought videos in the past. So I know
I used to let my son watch some educational YouTube videos, but the thing was that I never stuck around. I turned it on, right, and I saw the first 30 seconds or a minute, and I was gone, and he was watching the playlist. So I never would have seen you ask, if that makes sense.
That makes sense, because the parents would say, oh, this looks pretty good for the kid, and then let the kid watch to the end, right? That makes sense. So yeah, maybe something at the beginning, maybe some cards, or like just a little thing at the beginning saying, you know, you can subscribe that way. That's a good idea.
Yeah, get them before they walk away.
Yeah, the other thing to do is, oh, go ahead, LAX.
Okay, I'm just going from the channel list. So Vanessa Anderson is asking how to stand out, basically.
Oh, yeah,
So,
let's finish Michael's question first.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem. I thought you were asking something for him. So one thing you do is a little bit more complicated, Michael, but and it requires some budget money, but is you set up a retargeting list for the people who are watching, for the kids who are watching your channel, and then you retarget. You know what retargeting is? Retarget marketing. So basically, you know, when you go to Amazon and like you're looking at this thing, you don't buy it, and then you go to Facebook and there's like an ad following you all over the internet for that thing that you looked at. It's really creepy, but that's remarketing. That's what they're doing. So basically, you look at one thing, it plants a cookie on your computer, and then it just tracks you around the internet and places that. So that's basically what you're doing. YouTube has very detailed, they have very in-depth remarketing stuff you can do. So when a kid watches one of your videos, you'll get that information, not of the kid, but it'll start tracking that person. And then you can have an ad say, hey, your kids watch my videos. I want to help them grow or help them learn or something like that. So then when the parent gets their iPad back or their computer back or whatever, and then they go to Facebook, you know, they're like, oh, I reckon, like, yeah, my kid does watch that. That looks familiar. And then that's how you'll do your lead magnet. From there, basically. So it's a little bit more complex, but.
So does that go through the YouTube ads then? Or?
Yeah, it would be like a Google Ads, AdWords would be the easiest way to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did a bit of that before, but not the retargeting thing, just the regular YouTube ads.
Yeah, and the only time that makes sense is if you're going to be able to earn money from them then through the email that you capture. If you don't, then you're just spending money for an email list. You know?
Yeah, I learned the hard way. I spent a lot of money and it didn't do anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let's see, Ender and Joe, good to have you guys here. If you have webcams, love to see them. Be good to be able to talk with you guys here. Let's go back to the chat. Pastor Jacob, say you spend 5 hours per video from idea to upload, breakdown. What all do you do in that 5 hours? 5 hours. Okay, well, it's either a lot or nothing. Comparing your, like, some videos take way longer than that. But say you have 5 hours. How do you prioritize your time? Who's got something for Pastor Jacob? Nobody? Okay, go ahead, Julio.
Well, I think that maybe making a list of all the things that you need to do, sort them by priority, and just try to work over the top thing. And since you only have 8 hours of your day, you need to really schedule your time so you have time for everything.
Okay, good. Anyone else? Go ahead, Michael.
Oh, me? I was just saying it's hard for me to break it down to such a small thing because mine take like 2 to 4 weeks to produce, and then I probably spend just 5 hours just marketing it afterwards and doing social media. So, yeah, I'm not really the best person to talk about time management.
Yeah, 5 hours, a lot or a little for some people. I would just say percentage wise, maybe is I find that most creators spend far too little time on titles and thumbnails and crafting the first 15 seconds of their videos to tie into it so that it hooks those viewers to keep watching. Too many creators, especially vloggers, will highlight something big, but it's like at 8 minutes in. And so a new viewer clicks expecting something, but then gets something completely different. And they're not going to sit for 8 minutes to see if it comes or not. Or like gamers will often, they'll just use like game name, episode number, blah, whatever. And like all their videos have the same thumbnail, like the same series. And so all the videos just like are competing with each other and they run together and no one knows like, why should I watch episode 5 instead of episode 3, you know? So spending, if you're going to put the time into the videos, put more time into the thing that actually gets people to watch your videos in the first place. Okay, go ahead, LAX.
So on the topic of gamers, I do lots of gaming videos, and I was wondering on the lines of the thumbnails, how can gamers, one, stand out, and two, how do we get our content out there positively? And yeah.
What do you mean positively? Like
not, not like a sub for sub thing, but.
Oh. Okay. What feedback do you guys got for LAX?
Oh.
Go ahead, Michael.
Well, I know, like Tim has mentioned this, you may have heard it before in some of his videos, but having a consistency through all your thumbnails can really make you stand out. So like Tim, he has his, his sidebar with the big red thing, and I've got my little logo in the corner with a colorful border around it. And so if you have a bunch of those together and somebody's seen your work before, then you can really help them stand out. And having the bright, bold colors obviously can make it stand out among, just random, pictures that people take from like a frame from their videos. So.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, that's one idea. Yeah. Anyone else got anything for him? I would say like if you're like I just said, a gamer who like titles a whole series of videos the same thing, basically the same thumbnail, like that's not going to make anything stand out. Okay. So I would position each video to be intentionally like bring in a certain audience. I put content into 2 buckets. Well, there's 3 really, but for the sake of our conversation, there's 2. One is your community content. And that's the stuff like that's just designed just for your subscribers. And then 2, the second bucket is discoverable content. And that's the stuff that you're designing specifically to be discovered and bring in a new audience. Too many people try to do both with the same video and end up doing neither. So community content for people who already know who you are, that's the type of content you're like, no one's searching for this, but your subscriber is going to be like, I never even thought of that. Like, I'm so glad I'm subscribed to this channel because like I wouldn't have even noticed search for that in the first place, type of thing. Or your discoverable content, which is easily found in tutorials and how-tos, if that matches your content. There's ways to do it, but yeah, stuff people will be searching for.
Thank you.
Cool. Let's see here. You guys are asking so many good questions. How do Swain Lane Gaming? How do I better view retention? How do I get better view retention on my videos? So for those of you who might not know, view retention is how long your video keeps a viewer watching the video. And that's important because the longer someone spends watching your video, the more watch time it gets, which is the #1 ranking factor, or one of the #1 ranking factors that Google uses to determine how it's going to rank your video on YouTube. So it's important to hook a viewer and then get them to keep watching. And Google Analytics has a graph called audience retention, and it'll show you exactly when people are abandoning your video while they watch it. So the question is from Swain Lane Gaming, how do I get better view retention on my videos? So what are some things you guys have learned that have helped boost that retention?
Okay, I am a small YouTuber, but one of the most important things, just because if you have a point in your video that's boring, you're done. The person will probably click off the video. What I have done, and I know this is kind of an easy fix, but for some I know it won't be, make sure that your video lengths aren't extramental. So basically just keep your video lengths like reasonable, so it's not like 30 minutes or more so they get really bored, or just make sure there's no of the video so that get bored and go to a different video.
Cool. Us. Go ahead, Ellie.
What Lax was saying, you know, keeping the video under 30 minutes at least is usually a good idea. However, having it, if you're like me, who literally is hardcore and won't even realize how long he's been recording sometimes, you end up editing a video and it comes out to over 30 minutes. From what I have learned is don't keep anything boring in there. Anything that you are where you're quiet or you're silent or anything that's just not interesting, replace that with something that is actually interesting. And usually they'll either shorten the video length or actually create a long video that people will like or find interest in. That's just my personal take. Like my Sarah's Missing video, that's sort of what I did. Granted, yeah, it's 40 minutes long,
Yeah.
but that's just my personal take on it.
Cool. Trip.
I'd say, you know, be sure that you're putting out good content, stuff people want to watch, stuff that's exciting, stuff that's entertaining, stuff that's funny. And you know, I can't always agree with the keep your videos short, because I have a lot of my most popular videos are an hour long. I know that may sound crazy, but they're an hour long, and they have the best the best audience retention of almost all my videos, because I keep it fun, I keep it entertaining, and I'm always trimming the fat. Whenever I edit a video, you know, I go through and edit each and every clip, and then I'll go through and I'll watch the entire thing 2 or 3 times, and I'll just trim out 2 seconds here, 3 seconds there, maybe 30 seconds here, 30 seconds there. Something I see and I'm like, you know what? I just, you know, that isn't as good as the rest of the video, or you know, I really don't think that that's as much fun, or that's not providing value or entertainment to my audience. So cut it out. Don't be scared to cut it out. You'd rather have a lot of good content than just short little bits, or than, you know, I mean, a little bit of good content and a lot of nonsense content.
Cool. Sweet. Hey, Top 5 and Carter. Good to have you guys.
What's up?
Lady. Go ahead, Jay.
So I'm probably not the best one to ask about this, because this is the problem that I'm having, right? But I could tell you what I'm trying to do to fix it. Like if you go into the YouTube backend and click on audience retention, it will show you your average view duration, like what time it is on average that people drop off the video. And I try to go to each video and watch that point in the video and look for patterns of things that I'm doing that I need to stop doing or cut out in the future.
Yep. Cool. And then
I've
oh, sorry.
I've got to go, Tim. Though I've got a 9-year-old kid who's up, so I'm going to draw off. But
okay,
this has
sounds
been
good.
great, guys. I'll see you
All right,
later.
see you, man. Ender, you have something you want to say?
Bye.
You ready?
Yeah. Yeah. What was your advice for getting better view retention? What? I don't hear you. Yeah, go ahead, Ender. I see you raising your hand. I don't hear you. So, so let me throw in my 2 cents on that. I'm not hearing Ender. So, better view, so one thing I recommend is that, like I said, the first 15 seconds need to connect to the title and the thumbnail. What someone clicked expecting needs to be like affirm for the viewer that yes, you're going to get it. Duration of the video, like people will watch. You guys remember Coney 2012? You guys remember that super viral video at the time? That was a half-hour long, which is really long at the time. But we've had other videos go viral since then too that have been 45 minutes, an hour, 10 minutes, like really long. So the issue isn't really the length. The issue is how well can you keep somebody watching your video. And if you can keep them for an hour, do it. If you can only keep them for 2 minutes, then only do 2 minutes. Don't try to stretch it out for an hour. So that's what I would focus on. And a lot of what people say, keep it moving. But just study that analytics, that audience retention. I've told this story many times, but I worked with one guy who, whenever he would say, he would start looking at his YouTube analytics at his audience retention, and whenever he would say the word module, his would be like a little bloop, just in his like bloop. Whenever he said the word module, people would drop off, and so he wouldn't have known that other than studying that, and then he just stopped saying the word module, and his audience retention went up, right? So sometimes it's things like that. On my family's vlogging channel, I notice is anytime my wife and I start talking for more than like 20 seconds. So I know my audience will stick with us for about 20 to 25 seconds if my wife and I just talk. So if we have something important we want to say, that's how much time we have. Then I have to cut back to some action or to some story going on. So, but you wouldn't know that unless you watch your audience retention. So, cool. Let's see here. And man, you guys got a lot of good one here. So sci-fi games with a Z. What is the normal growth rate of a YouTuber for just starting a month ago? Well, that's really subjective, but everyone's asked this type of question, so I want to answer it. What do you think? What would be average growth like?
Yeah, that is so far out there. It's so hard to answer. It depends on what your niche is. Depends on just so many things. I mean, how hard are you out there grinding? I mean, some people may not get a subscriber for 6 months. I don't know. Some people could get, like I know someone else was mentioning earlier. I think it was like Chris Sean. He's getting like 150 or 200 subscribers a month, and he's been doing it for like 6 months. So it varies so much. So that's a really hard question to answer. Just focus on putting out good content and get as many subscribers as you can.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead, Carter.
Oh, thanks. I think it depends on what your channel is as well, because if you are doing something like I have 2 channels and one is very local and that grows a lot slower than this one that's only been around for 2 weeks and is going pretty quickly because it has a higher appeal. So I think it really depends on what your channel is, what your audience is. I think it depends. I don't think you can say just one thing or another.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is so subjective because it depends on how much content are you producing. Are you doing 3 videos a day and really growing that library of potential videos to be discovered really quickly? Are you doing like 1 a week? Are you posting sporadically? Are your videos targeting like a really large niche on YouTube, like gaming or beauty or vlogging or music or something? Or is it like really hyper-focused, like copyright lawyers who live in LA and work in the music industry? Like only those people will be interested, you know? So that how high quality is the value, not how quality is the video. A lot of people confuse those two. They think that like production value equals like content value. It's not. Like content value you can deliver on a webcam, and that's actually literally how I got started on YouTube. It's just well, that's all another story. But yes, webcam could be sufficient for delivering some kinds of value. So it's all those things taken into consideration. Sometimes it's networking. Who do you know? Who do you have access to? Do you bring a prior audience from another platform? You know, there's just so many variables to consider. So I wouldn't really feel comfortable telling someone like this is, because some of you guys are asking also, what's an average audience retention? What do I have X number of subscribers, been doing this for 9 months. Is that good? Is that bad? You know, all those questions, like instead I would recommend you compare yourself to yourself. You know, so what's the trajectory of your channel so far? Did it take you 100 to get 100 subscribers? Did it take you like a month? And then that might be good or bad for you. I don't know, but And then did it take you like 2 weeks to get another 100, you know? Well, you're doing better, you know? So I would just to compare yourself to yourself and always try to improve your game, knowing that YouTube growth is never a straight upward climb over time. That graph never looks like that. It's always kind of ups and downs. And over time, it just kind of, if you back all the way out, you can see that it grew. But if you're looking at it really close up and checking your stats every single day, it can be kind of frustrating. So,
Tim,
guys. Yeah, go ahead.
What's more important, watch time, retention, or viewer session time?
You need all of them. You can't really separate one without the other. So it's like, so watch time is for your video, but then that also extends the session watch time, which is how your video contributes to how much time a viewer spends on YouTube. Then there's view starts, which is like how many people come back to YouTube and start their viewing session with your video. Like it came to YouTube specifically to watch your content. And then, yeah, all those things like are all mixed together. You need one cohesive strategy to kind of take all those things into account.
But which one should I like prioritize if I had to choose?
If you had to pick one, I would say watch time on the video itself.
Should I make my videos shorter with high retention or longer, do you think?
The longer you can get them with the highest retention, the better. So it's about, yeah. So don't focus just like on the percentage, like that's important, because that's kind of like suggests relevancy, but the length, it's all kind of relative though. So if you have like a 20-minute video and you get 50% retention, that's 10 minutes. But if you had a 2-minute video with 100% retention, that's only 2 minutes. So even though your other video got only half retention, 50%, it got 5 times more the amount of watch time. So there's other variables to consider, of course, but just like on a straight, all other variables being considered equal.
And what about click-through ratio?
From what? Click-throughs?
Does click-through ratio play a factor? Like the amount that people click on your video in a certain duration right when it comes out?
You're talking about view velocity in the first 48 hours?
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be something that suggests that, and that seems to be what pushes videos to the home page, the home feed on YouTube. That kind of applies mostly in the first 48 hours of being published. The other thing is that kind of goes along with click-throughs would be in the sidebar, like suggested. So is there a high correlation between people who watch this video will then go ahead and watch this video, who then go watch this, like YouTube's trying to map out for every individual user the longest possible session and suggesting videos that they feel would do the best at extending the session for that person. So so that's a thing that they track and consider as well. Cool. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys here for an hour. Again, if you want t-shirts, links in the description below. If not, doesn't hurt my feelings at all. I just taken the VidCon with me and just see people say thank you and hand them. But if you guys want some, they're here. But I
love you, Tim.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you guys so much, Tim, for being a part of this and for hanging out in the live stream. All you guys in the chat. It's been awesome getting to know you guys in the comments, getting to know your channels, and thank you for being a subscriber here at Video Creators and letting me serve you the best that I can to help you guys grow your YouTube channels so that you grow, you reach people, and you know, we talked about having a belief for your community. The belief that I hold, that I say in almost all my videos because I actually do believe it, is I believe that you guys have a message that needs to spread and it needs to reach people and impact their lives. So for me, this isn't just, and for you hopefully too, this isn't just about views. This isn't just about money. It's not just about subscribers. It's just not about popularity. It's not about like having the internet try to boost your low self-esteem. It's not like about any of those types of things. Fame, popularity, money, views, all that comes, that's all a part of it, of course, but all those things lead to what actual view counts actually represent, and that's actual people. And so this is less about video. I believe it's less about video and more about people. And video just happens to be the tool we use to reach people and impact their lives. So thank you for being a part of that mission with me and being a part of the community of creators here to do that. Looking forward to another 250,000, getting to 500,000 with you guys here. I don't know when that's going to be. I'll have to see when Social Blade thinks that's going to happen. Here, I'll look it up real quick so that you know when we might be doing this again. Future projections, subscriber milestones. They say 500,000 is coming up in 800 days. So, but we're going to beat that. I always do. So thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you guys around the channel. Bye.